Block Ram 313 back at it again. You know why? It's because this is therapeutic, man. Back again with another video. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. No, I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. No mumble rap for me. I'm from the 90s. I believe in lyrical talent, freestyling, having something intelligent to say, something clever, not mumbling. But anyway, I know some of you guys out there like the mumble rap, and some of it does sound pretty decent. But I wanted to do this video to add a few more thoughts to the last video about Pusha T and Drake and that whole situation with them beefing. But now I want to talk more about Drake's baby mama, Kanye's baby mama, Wiz Khalifa's baby mama. I want to talk about them a little bit. I want to point out a few things about those situations. I have a theory now based upon my observation that many of us men, we really have some real low self-esteem issues, especially being that most men are blue-pilled. Even when you as a man, when you have limitless options such as those in the entertainment industry, even them with limitless options when it comes to mate selection, guys who truly have the ability to be picky, yet they choose the worst to date, marry, and impregnate. Now, side note, you got to give Drake just a little credit. At least as a simp, he's honest. All that crying and whining and begging in his songs, he letting it be known who and what he is. And hopefully for him, maybe he's done with chasing Rihanna because he couldn't catch her. But anyway, think about this. If you were a superstar, would you wife up Amber Rose? Would you wife up Kim Kardashian? Would you wife up a known thought? Now, in the 90s, we didn't do stuff like that. I didn't see guys in the industry wifing up thoughts, making a Roddy thotty even famous for nothing else but being such. Why would you, Wiz Khalifa? Why would you, Drizzy? Why would you, Kanye, get a woman that you know is a thought? I mean, these guys can literally go anywhere and get a woman. One without such a reputation, one without such a history, such a checkered past. And they don't have to have just one. No, they can have an entourage of beautiful ladies. And there are some who are doing just that. In fact, R. Kelly is one of them. But because of the R. Kelly situation and the Morgan Freeman situation, it will probably behoove men to maybe date outside the United States for those reasons of an attack on masculinity in general. Now, I'm not going to risk my pay just to play. Kelly has a few women, but they're all legal. But still, they're trying to take his bread. And almost every guy in the industry nowadays trying to take his bread just for being a man. Want to feminize masculinity, to make his manhood and take that away, to make him more monogamous. And that's the drive, right? In this environment, masculinity is truly under fire. But this is probably rock bottom and probably the last stand for gynocentrism, the last stand. And we know that things usually get worse before they get better. But yeah, anyway, Now, don't get me wrong, man. Bruh, these Insta thoughts are gorgeous. Even look at a woman like Kim Kardashian. Looks amazing. Although her and Amber Rose will be hitting the wall soon. They're amazing looking women. However, I've never seen a woman so gorgeous that another woman wasn't just or more gorgeous. And if me, having access to both millions of dollars and millions of women, why would I wife up an Amber or a Kim? Why would I be Drake and wife up an adult film star? Now, Kanye must have seen Ray J's tape, but yet, and even knowing this, still decided to simp. In fact, he was probably inspired by Ray J to go after Kim. Super thirsty simping. And the industry makes it easy, or makes it at least interesting, or should I say the industry makes it common for a man to simp, because they're everywhere. As far as the eyes can see, simping is at an all-time high. But let's be honest as well, this is therapy, right? Many of us as men, we're emotionally weak when it comes to women. Hence, this is why we are in therapy and we are on a journey to improve on such. But if I'm a millionaire rapper, man, I'm gonna be picky as hell. I gotta have super high standards. She gotta have perfect teeth, perfect feet. I like pretty feet. Along with being a 10, and definitely not a reputation for being a hottie thottie. The lesson here, man, the lesson here is that a blue pillar is so broken that he doesn't even value himself enough to get a halfway woman to date or impregnate. Now, when you're young, a little man, teenage years, early 20s, I can understand. But these guys are 30 plus years old, rich, and all that. Shouldn't they have known better? But I guess you can't really ask much of a simp. Don't they realize that your baby mama, that your wife, that your woman is a reflection of you? So although Drake and Yeezy are rich on the outside, they are super broke on the inside, like many of us. Again, this therapy is the road to recovery. Now, I'm not going to even mention all of the celebrities who have wifed up single mamas. I'm not going to even go there. But man, I wish that some of these cats, I wish I could show them how the game goes. I wish I could show them how the game is done and how the game is won. But again, simps just can't help themselves. In my lifetime, I've known super tough thugs growing up. Brave and strong. The guys that could knock you out with one punch. Like being hit by Mike Tyson in his prime. But however, these same men would take a back seat and submit and even be afraid of his woman. Afraid of her. But you can't teach the simp. You can't change the simp. You can't even help the simp. We gotta let a simp be a simp and get a few laughs at his expense, of course. We observe and report, but we do not participate in simpery. Now, real quick, I got another survey question for you. For the brothers, so share your thoughts if you care. My question is, should we, or even do you feel sorry for the simps? Do you have any sympathy for the simp? Do you feel bad for the simp when simping goes wrong and a man loses his bag, the bag that he grinds so hard for, the bag that he brags about, and he get that bag just to give it away to a thought? These guys really believe in making thoughts rich and famous. But do you feel sorry for them? That's the question. Should we even sympathize with them? We are the same gender, right? But I think simps are in a category all of their own. In fact, in the industry, the only guy that seems to have somewhat of a standard is a guy like Jay-Z. However, it may be that the pants are worn in that relationship, not by Jay-Z, but Beyonce. I'm just saying. Now, in the last video, I talked about, or I asked a question in the video, Pusha T versus Drake. I asked the question, who is more responsible for the blue pill world that we live in? Is it Uncle Sam? Is it female nature? Or is it the simps? Who's more responsible for these conditions of the blue pill world? And I'm going to answer that question myself. And I appreciate the feedback on the last videos. Of course, we had mixed thoughts about it. Some said Uncle Sam, some said the simps, some said female nature. But my opinion is this. Who's more responsible? I'm going to go with the simp. And here's why. See, the government itself is ran by simps, created by simps. Simps who in turn gave women the incentive to act out her nature, which in turn she gave birth to a nation of simps. Remember, the first simp ever was Adam. And the biggest simp ever on the planet Earth is Uncle Sam, who makes it possible now for thoughts to live long, to live well, and to prosper. So that's my take on it. It is the simp that created the system. But I just wanted to share a few thoughts about how low the esteem is, even for a rich man, a famous man, men that women adore, your Kanye's, your Wiz Khalifa's, your Drake's. All of the men have fallen to thoughts. I guess this is the time and the age of thoughtism. Just wanted to share a few thoughts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit my Patreon page, join, subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a donation, the link is in the PayPal, or the PayPal link, is in the description box. Until next time, Black Ram 313 signing off. Stay well and stay red pill.